We are at the Cumberland County Public Library in Fayetteville, North Carolina, speaking with Paul Cuadros, author of A Home on the Field, How One Championship Team Inspires Hope for the Revival of Small Town America. Mr. Cuadros, what made you decide to write this book?
I decided to write this book because I noticed that what was happening in rural communities in the South and in the Midwest was a demographic change, a migration of Latino immigrants to these small towns that I knew was going to transform both the culture and those communities. I thought that was a very, very interesting story, and one that would influence and change our country in many different ways. And that's the kind of story that I was very, very interested in doing and capturing.
And why did you choose Siler City, and when you traveled there, what did you find?
I chose Siler City because Siler City at the time had 2 poultry processing plants, a feed mill, about 300 chicken farmers in Chatham County. And so for me, it was an easy choice because the food processing industry is a big generator for why people are migrating from Mexico or Central America into these small town communities.
And when you were there, you write about people you met who didn't want immigrants living in their town, but they wanted to benefit from having immigrants living there in the sense of food labor. They wanted their food cheaper. How did you talk to them about this dichotomy?
Right. The town is a chicken town, so it runs on the poultry processing industry. And the people in Siler City saw the influx come, saw their town begin to change quite rapidly during the 90s. And they responded to it in various ways, much like how the country is responding to immigration today generally, sometimes with a lot of anger, a lot of confusion, and that was a really interesting and difficult part to capture for the townsfolk, the longtime residents of Siler City. Since then, they've come to kind of an accommodation with the migration. Siler City is perhaps more than 50% Hispanic today, and the town has been transformed and changed. And actually, economically, it's done a lot better. I mean, times are tough now for everybody, but there's no doubt that the growth of Siler City during the 90s and the early part of the 21st century is due to the chicken workers, the foreign workers that have come and settled there.
You had a unique approach. You used soccer as a way to help assimilate the newcomers. Why did you choose soccer?
I chose soccer because I moved to Siler City. I was bored. I didn't have anything to do. I played in high school. And I got involved with a group of boys, coaching them, and it quickly became apparent to me that there was no varsity team at the high school. And the Latino boys definitely wanted to play at the high school, and they had been advocating for several years to create a team at Jordan Matthews High School. Unfortunately, the administration didn't think it was a good idea, and so I led an effort to try and get a team together at JM. We were successful. And we went on and we had tremendous success on the field with these kids. But really the boys serve as a means to kind of let you know who this community is, why they've come, what their dreams are, what their hopes are, and how they are assimilating into our society.
What do you think we as a country or our government needs to do regarding immigration? What policies do you think need to be enacted?
This is a very complex question to answer. The president has called on beginning a debate about immigration or migration, and hopefully that will happen this fall. There have been proponents to provide some sort of access or pathway to citizenship for some of the migrants who have come, and perhaps that's a good idea. There are people, of course, who are opposed to that. I think when you look at the kids on the team and where they've been, they've grown up here, they've gone to our schools here, they've assimilated to our society here, they're having children of their own, they're getting married and having children of their own, and yet their immigration status may be in question. I think that for that population, something needs to be done to assist them to fully integrate into our society.
Are you still in contact with any of the students you met while researching the book?
Yes, I am. I went to one of the kids. His son turned 1 year old last weekend, so I went to the birthday party. It was actually pretty good.
What is UNC's summer reading program, and what role does your book now play in that program?
The summer reading program is a program that's designed to basically get all incoming freshmen to read one particular book and then to begin to talk about the issues in that book. And this year they've chosen A Home on the Field, which I'm very grateful for. And so we'll be talking about some of the themes and issues in the book itself, issues like immigration, migration, globalization, assimilation, all those types of issues we can discuss. And what really makes it kind of good, I think, for the university is that the students will be basically reading about people their own age and people that have had a very different experience than they have. And so I'm hoping that there'll be that connectivity between the characters and the readers.
And what's next for you? Any books on the horizon?
Yeah, I've got a lot of different projects that I'm interested in doing. I think this is a fascinating issue. I think it's one of the biggest issues in our country today. And so I'll be continuing to write about it.
Great. We've been speaking with Paul Cuadros, author of A Home on the Field, How One Championship Team Inspires Hope for the Revival of Small Town America. Thank you.
Thank you, Book TV.
Did you know you can view Book TV programs online? Go to booktv.org. Type the name of the author, book, or subject into the search area in the upper left-hand corner of the page. Select the Watch link. Now you can view the entire program. You might also explore the Recently on Book TV box or the Featured Programs box to find and view recent and featured programs.